Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I got a 2012 Honda Odyssey minivan. It's got 196,300 miles on it. I had recharged the AC on this thing about 3 weeks ago. Told the customer they need to come back so we could check to see how the AC is doing, because it was low on Freon. Well, why was it low? I couldn't find a leak at the time. I didn't spend a lot of time looking for it, but I told them they need to come back and let me look at it and see if I can't figure out where it's leaking from. They said they had to have it charged about a month prior to that somewhere else, and then prior to that, like a month prior. So obviously it's got a leak somewhere. She has another complaint too. I want to see if you can actually hear this. Okay, we're just going to move in the parking lot. It should be pretty obvious. So let's put it in gear and take a listen. Now we're just going to turn into the shop here. I got the wheels cut. You heard that, right? Obviously. You know what that is? That is a bad CV axle. Sounds like left front. Could be right front too. I have no idea. But it sounds like left front from here. Like I said, when I recharged this thing, all I did was a recharge, put dye in it, so this way they could come back. I didn't give the car a look over because I just did not have the time at the time. So let me get this thing on the lift. We're going to look for leak, and we're going to see which axle is no good, and we're going to go from there. All right, let's get this set up on the lift. Now, anytime you're going to check for an AC leak, stuff like that, check the obvious stuff first. Give a visual look at everything. So here I am underneath the hood. And you're going to look at AC lines and stuff like that. And check to see if you see anything. I mean, there's a little dampness around this fitting here, but you know what? That's where you put the Freon in and out into the system. So just taking a look at lines over there. Nothing really extraordinary. Take a look down, see what you see there. Look through the grill. Look through the grill and look at the condenser. See if you see wet spots on the condenser somewhere. So we're going to put this up in the air and we're going to see if we see anything. Now up in the air, like I said, look through the grill, look to see if you see any kind of wet spots on the condenser. That's not the radiator that you're seeing right there, that's the condenser. The condenser sits in front of the radiator. So you're looking at it just to see if you see a wet spot. And guess what? I see a wet spot right there. That's wet right there. Let me see if I can focus in on that. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, there. You see that? That's wet. All right, so that condenser is definitely leaking. Like I said, unfortunately, it kind of focuses in on this grill here, but yeah, that's definitely wet. All right, but we're not just going to stop there. Don't just stop if you find something. Take a look at everything. Trust me, I've been burned in the past where, hey, I found something. I think that's it. Well, guess what? It's not the entire story. Now, hold on. I've told people this in the past. Okay, we recharge your system, we put tracer dye in it. Take the car for 15 days, 3 weeks, something like that. Do not bring it in if it's raining outside, because guess what? Rain would wash that away. So I've seen that plenty of times where people come back in, well, I just went through a car wash. Well, that's great. Now I might not be able to see anything. And trust me, it happens. So let's look at some more things just to see what we see. So obviously we know that condenser is leaking.
Take a look at your AC compressor. That is your AC compressor right there. Do you see anything out of the ordinary with your compressor? I don't really see anything. Kind of hard to tell. Got all these covers in the way. But I don't really see anything wet or hanging off of it. Like I said, I'm very 100% convinced that that condenser's leaking. But now, what we're going to do is look at lines, see what we see. Also, right here, that's water dripping on the floor, coming out of the drain tube. With tracer dye, a lot of times you can actually see like an oily residue coming out with that water, and that would tell you that you have an oil mixing in there, and that in itself is usually the oil, the refrigerant oil. But let's keep looking. So follow your AC lines back. These are AC and heater lines, and they go up into the body here, and the AC lines go up into the fender well here. Okay, well, where's the drain for the rear AC? That's back here. See it up inside there? Now, one thing I notice is there is some like oily type staining in there. See it? Almost like a little bit of oily type staining. What I'm gonna do, excuse me, is I'm gonna get a sniffer. The heck's a sniffer? Sniffers of this. Now, we never actually had one. We just picked this thing up from Amazon. Refrigerant leak detector. So I'm going to read how this thing works first, real quick, just to see, so I actually know. Oh, this should be a black light. Or maybe it's just a high intensity light. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But this is an AC sniffer. So let me read this real quick and see how this thing actually works. So from everything I could tell, this thing's pretty simple. Turn it on. It has to warm up. The RSET key here will reset the sensitivity benchmark. Okay. Let's see, the sense key, you can adjust the sensitivity with this, and mute is obviously mute. Peak will record minimum and maximum. Okay, so what I want to do here with this is I want to come to the back of the vehicle first. Now this probe, I want to take it and stick it up inside there. Okay, I got nothing. Okay, that's fine. Now I wonder if it's going to pick up anything at the corner. Over here, let me let this down a little bit. Hang on a second. It's picking up something, I think, only because I'm moving through the air. Hold on. Sometimes air movement can actually change this thing. That's what I thought. I remember that from other ones. Let's see. So I know I got a leak over here. It may be so small that it might not pick it up. Or it could be blowing backwards too. That's possible. Yeah, it's not picking up anything. How interesting is that? I had the probe going right there. I'll be honest with you, I've never had very, very good luck with these things. Oh, there it is. I knew it was there somewhere. Okay. All right, kind of what I suspected. Okay. But these things, I never had very good luck with them, but then again, the last time I used one of these was probably 20 years ago. So I'm sure the technology is much better nowadays. I'm going to shut it down. So we know the condenser is leaking. I don't really see anything else. I saw that little bit of staining in the back, but that could be from anything. So we're going to have to get a condenser. Let's look to see what axle's no good. I think it's the left front. Let's find out. All right, so here's a little bit of a quandary. As you can see, this one's got grease all over it. However, you come to this one, and this one's got grease coming out of it. But this one's nowhere near as severe as the other side. See, it's barely anything on that. Whereas this one's kind of covered. Let me see if I can get it to do it on the lift. Hang on. All right, so we're running. Let me shut the traction control off. It'll let me. It's a little aggravated right now because the wheels are already spinning. It may not allow me to shut it off while it's active. There it goes. Okay. Let me just drop it in gear. I don't really hear anything. Interesting. This one's definitely quiet. I thought I got a little bit of noise out of this one. Just standing there by itself. Now, of course, it's not turning. Hang on a second. Okay, do not try this at home. I can hear the other axle knocking. You hear it? Alright, so I'm confident the noise is coming from that side. Alright, but that's going to be a different video. This video was basically just to check the AC out and see what the heck is going on. So, I know it's a condenser, so we're going to have to go that route. See if they want to do the condenser today, and I think I'm going to have to order an axle, because they did want to fix that, but I'm going to have to call them first. Alright, but that's going to wrap this up for right now. If you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. Alright guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.